It's a good thing this game doesn't impact the Coefficient Cup, baby. Welcome back to Fog Football. Ajax 5, Celtic 1. Woo, that is not a good scoreline for Celtic. Now, you could turn around and say, well, it's two different teams at two different levels of pre-season training. Well, was the same attitude used when Celtic scudded Newcastle 4-0? No, I'm going to lean on no. A lot of Celtic fans were ecstatic about beating the Premier League side Newcastle 4-0, despite Newcastle being at a literally different fitness level. But here, Celtic are definitely more up to speed to Ajax's level as Newcastle were to them. And we did see a couple of weeks ago Ajax go toe-to-toe with Hibs. So, and that ended 6-3. So is it safe to say the war chest should be opened, my friend?
I think the padlock needs to be smashed off that war chest, and I think the money needs to get brought out and it needs to start getting spent, because this is a worrying sign for Celtic. A 5-1 defeat against Ajax, who, let's be honest, over the last few years haven't exactly been hitting the heights that they used to.
No, they haven't. Ajax, they've been shite for a load of years, but around 17, 18, 19, they brought a lot of players through, the De Jongs of the world. Who else? The De Jongs. What do you call him? Delit. Aye, him. Name me other players. Oh, Nana, not that rock star that plays for United. No, it was actually... Well, no, come on. You buried me there, man. You left me up on fucking 1-1. Point is, I actually hate the team they used to be, but they got to the semi-finals of the Champions League, and then they got dismantled in a transfer window. I got done in there, didn't I, man? What chance did I bloody stand? Anyway, do you want to talk about the goals? Or
no chance in hell. Yeah, well, let's...
Or do you want to talk about the starting 11 first?
Well, we could talk about all the Celtic goals, but there only was one.
We wouldn't be here very long for that, so we'll talk about the starting 11 then. So, Schmeichel, Ralston, Murray, Scales, Tierney, McGregor, Nygren, Hatate, Yang, Maida, and Big Adam, your best pal. Any words on him?
Listen, people think that I bash Admadea every single fed, and I do, right? I hold my hands.
People think. They know.
I hold my hands up, right? I do. I don't think I've ever went a video of foot bashing the guy. It's like it's an addiction. I need to. I'll accept it.
So you're obsessed?
Possibly, yes. But I think Celtic fans need to also accept the guy's just not good enough. He's not. He's not. See if Admadea was the third choice striker at Celtic, right? And he came through the academy, or Celtic paid like a couple 100,000 for him. I think that would be fine. It wouldn't be a big deal. But the fact that they paid almost £10 million for him, and he is supposed to be the main man up front, he's just not good enough. He's not a man that you want leading you. See Admadea, right? He might be alright to lead Celtic to a title when Rangers are shite and 17 points behind, but see if Rangers get it right and they've got a good team and they're challenging for the title, the Celtic fans will not want Admadea leading the front lines. You don't want Admadea leading the front lines in the Champions League. You just don't.
No, you don't. Looking at the back four here, Ralston, Murray, Scales, and Tierney. Is that a good back four? That's pretty shite if you ask me.
Ralston, Murray, Scales, Tierney. I mean, it's not the worst back four I've ever seen. Dane Murray in there.
No, but there is a few problems for Celtic, which we'll get into right now. So Yang hits the bar. Ajax then make it 1-0 with Burkhuis. Finesse goal into the bottom left-hand corner, I believe. Hatate then found Yang. That made it 1 each. Hatate then had a shot that went over the top. That took us to half-time. Not an awful lot happening, as you can guess. But then, interestingly enough, right, at half-time, they brought on Cameron Carter-Vickers and Inamura. So, they brought on Cameron Carter-Vickers, the best centre-back this country's had for a number of years, it's safe to assume. And then they conceded 4 fucking goals.
I'm going to guess Inamura's going to get the blame for those goals.
He might. Now, they took off Tierney, they took off Murray. And then the goals just absolutely flooded in, folks. You had Klaassen made it 2-1, Burkhuis made it 3-1, Boyman made it 4-1, and then Bonunda made it 5-1. So, just an absolute scudding. A 5-1 is a scudding.
Yeah, it went from a competitive first half to an absolute demolition job in the second half.
No, it did, and the big question is here: are they going to spend money? We talked about it the other day. It came to transfers, but what do you expect? Are they more likely to spend money now? I know it's a friendly. I know it's the Como Cup or whatever they're calling it, but or has this got no bearing whatsoever?
You say, oh, come on, of course it's got a bearing. Are you telling me there's not going to be a negative reaction from fans after this result?
Well, there might be.
That are demanding the board get some players in. The squad's not good enough.
I'll be
It's too
interested
light.
to check the comments. They made a bunch of other subs in the second half. Johnny Kenny, for me, should probably be starting over your pal, Adam. Then we had James Forrest come on, Engels come on, Paulo Bernardo come on, and Luke McCowan come on now. We were listening to a wee bit of Ryan 118's stream. Just putting it out. He said towards the end that the team that ended in the second half wouldn't really be the team that he would associate with starting. But you know, you're bringing on the likes of Engels, you're bringing on Carter Vickers. I mean, Johnny Kenny could start up front, for being honest. Then you've got Paulo Bernardo, Luke McCowan, which I'm not saying they're starters for Celtic, but there's a case you would put them in your midfield, depending on the game. It's not like Celtic brought on a load of shite.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to cope with the result.
Like, the game was 4-1, and you know, that's when they took off the likes of like Nygren and Cal McGregor. So,
Captain Calmack did play the majority of the game.
Whatever way you look at it, folks, they were getting scudded with or without their substitutions, but 5-1's no good. I'm not too sure what the other game was. I believe, who else is in this competition? It's Como, Ajax, Celtic, and do you recall the other team?
Although, I don't, but you know, if we're looking at it objectively and we're being honest, how much can you really read into this 5-1 result? Probably not a lot, because at the same time, I don't think you were truly reading into the 4-0 win against Newcastle.
No.
Now, maybe some fans were, right? But I wasn't thinking that, oh, look, Celtic beat Newcastle 4-0. They're going to be dominant. They're going to be amazing this season. I wasn't...
They nullify each other.
Yeah, so it's like, you know...
But what I would say is 4-0 does less for the fans than what this does in a negative sense.
Yeah, seeing these friendly games, right? I think if you get a big win... Yeah, you're happy, but you take it with a pinch of salt. You know, you don't really get carried away. But I still feel like a heavy defeat in a friendly. Still, it has more weight behind it, I believe.
No, you're right. If Celtic lost today like 3-0 or 3-1, that's alright, but 5-1's a lot. You know, it goes from a simple loss to a massive defeat, and Celtic got a few weeks into their pre-season. I mean, they've played a lot of games of football. You know, they played Queen's Park back in like the 5th of July, 6th of July. They've played Estrella, they've played Newcastle, they've played who's the other team they played? They played some other team, and they played a couple behind closed door games as well. It's not
that is natural though. But if you perform well in a friendly, you don't really get the credit maybe you deserve. But if you perform badly, then you still normally do get almost the same level of criticism for performing badly as you would a competitive game. But I just think that's normal, because it's almost like a friendly. It's like you just don't get the credit you maybe should get for performing well, but you'll certainly get the criticism that you maybe don't deserve for performing poorly.
And Hibs for me were shite in pre-season, but tonight they were good.
They made it count when it mattered.
So all about the start of August, if Celtic rock up to their first game, which I don't know who it's against, St Mirren, might be St Mirren, and win, no one's going to bat an eyelid. But if Celtic rock up to their first or second game and lose 5-1, then you're going to be like, right, what's going on?
Right, can we get some comments up here? I want to see what
Celtic fans are saying.
Yeah, I imagine they won't be happy with it.
Right, we'll get some comments up here. Let me just find it. Celtic lose out to Ajax in the Como Cup clash. They could be taking on Nicholas Kuhn, but I'm not too sure if Como won. Have at it, Jambo Bear.
So, B. Hearn says, tell the board they can keep the money. Squad look good today.
I guess a Rangers
That's a
fan.
Rangers fan right there. Sean says, can you spend our money on some players, please? CFC 1888 said, announce a fucking signing, admin, please and thanks. Liam says, really embarrassing for us. Need signings pronto. Abigail Burns says, Rangers fans will be licking their lips tonight, and I don't blame them.
Am I licking my lips? Maybe.
Lep38 says, if you try and announce a new top or training top, then good luck. Joey Boy says, new training kit out tomorrow. All is well. Highlander said, dear Celtic, now is the time to spend some money. So, I mean, yeah, like, the Celtic fans aren't really happy here.
They're not.
They don't want shirts to be announced. They want players to be announced.
In that bid we were talking about,
See all these new shirts that you're announcing? How about you sign some new players whose names we can put on the back of the shirts? How about that?
that's what the fans would want.
How
but
about those apples?
it's just been a weird window because you look at Fusgarden, 6.9 million he went for, but then they were putting in like a similar bid for that guy for Cluj. Then that bid yesterday, 1.5 million when the club want 5. They've got the money.
Just haven't seen it spent yet.
Now, Matty Miles, Channel Legend, said yesterday, if these two clowns learn nothing, he said something along the lines, you don't spend money you don't have. But I thought they had a war chest. Is the war chest non-existent? Does it no exist? Is it a figment of our imagination?
Yeah, they may have a war chest, but maybe it's just a chest. There's nothing in
It's a
it.
chest of drawers.
What, they got some fucking old dirty underpants in it or something?
I know.
Fucking socks with holes in them? I mean, what have they got? What is in this Celtic war chest?
Guys, let us know.
Comment down below what you think's in the war chest. And we'll maybe react to some of the best ones.
Hopefully it's a receipt for Adam Adair.
Nah, fucking Norwich made sure that went in the papers, Fred, as soon as they sent him up to Scotland.
I've written in the contract. Anyway, 5-1. Beautiful.
Paperless fucking, that was a paperless deal.
Aye.
no,
It was an e-ticket.
no receipt necessary.
That's it.
Anyway, Adam Adair's shite, guys.
Oh.
5-1 Ajax. Hibernian doing Scotland proud and Dundee United. Don't worry, Celtic, you might have let the country down, but
The Ajax,
You know,
the Celtic 3 down.
the other two teams were,
It's a good thing this doesn't have coefficient repercussions.
I'd be crying.
I'd be greeting. Like, we'd be on the tears here.
Bring back Slovan Bratislava. A team that Celtic can beat.
Aye.
Found at their level.
They're wee level. Anyway, guys, we'll be back. Another review tonight. Dundee
No, all
United.
joking aside, who are Celtic looking at in their Champions League? I mean, what kind of teams are we? Do we have have we did a deep search into it? Do we?
Tell me a look right now.
Yeah.
Um,
I just want to get like an indication.
I believe they're the best team.
I just want to get an indication of whether I think Celtic will actually qualify or not. So you think Celtic are the best team in the Champions League Champions Path then?
Let's see. You've got hold on. So just
You've
right.
missed it.
So Celtic, they can't get Bodo Glimt. Now they could get Basel, and they could get Stone Graz. There's 6 winners of the third qualifying round. So
I tell you what, man, if Basel and Storm Graz are the 2 best teams that you can get, then you really should be qualifying for the Champions League.
I agree. In terms of the Champions path, I'll fire through a couple of the big teams: Malmo, Dynamo Kiev, Red Star Belgrade, Copenhagen, Star Bucharest. Who else?
Ferencváros.
We could throw them at Qarabag. I mean, realistically, Celtic.
I forgot. Ferencváros are a Diddy team. There's no way Celtic would lose to them.
I know they got scurried by them, mate. I know. I didn't read them there.
It was 1-0, mate.
Well, you know what I mean. They get beat by a Diddy team. What do you want me to say?
Anyway, right, come on, Brendan Rodgers, get this sorted, get the players in. You need to get Celtic in top form condition for these Champions League playoff rounds. Come on.
Come on, people. That's what needs to happen. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below. Ajax 5, Celtic 1.